top of the top, and it won't stop. You dig? So look, um, some of you may know me as a DJ, have seen me around different places and whatnot, and different venues. Um, I will tell you this, and I'm speaking from experience in terms of where we're at now in quote unquote the DJ culture. You have more people that are posing. We used to call them posers back in the day. You know, one minute they were a janitor, and all of a sudden they're a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Or they're a calculus teacher, now they're a DJ. You know, so they kind of just popped on the scene. You know, didn't really pay any dues. You know, I come from the era where we had to carry equipment. You know, we weren't trying to be pretty. You know, Serwin Vegas, bass bottoms. You know, you ask the average DJ what a Serwin Vega is, they're gonna be, oh. They're gonna be clueless. You know, so I come from that era. You know, carrying crates, and I watched the technology develop, and it was a red flag to some level, because it was like, okay, y'all making it too easy for people. You know, and you know, because the art of actually finding a particular record that you've been fighting over, and we still have that. Don't get it twisted. Despite whatever doodads and buttons, you know, that they're putting out, or gadgets, you know, the record market has always been strong, always will be, or the vinyl market will always be strong. Check out my store, rotaryslang.com, by the way. That's Rotary Slang. I'm also on Discogs. I would say it made people lazy, especially with social media. You know, like now I see people dancing, all in the videos. It's your boy, all in the videos, dancing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see no mixing. I don't see no clean blends. I don't see good song selection. And what's happened is it's turned into a free-for-all. And it's it has cheapened the game. Now for me, I've always run into my fair share of challenges, particularly as a black DJ, even though we pioneered the market and created the market. You know, for some odd reason, I always ran into roadblocks as a black man, especially in Los Angeles. I have a gang of stories I can share y'all, but I will share you this, you know, to the young brothers out there, keep doing your thing. You know, because I ran into, it was a lot of roadblocks that I had to run into. And this was before I became professional. I remember sending in tapes. You know, I used to send in tapes to K-Day. Anybody, the real K-Day, not the fake K-Day. You know what I'm saying? 1580 K-Day. Okay, I can't. Yeah, that fake K-Day. Yeah. Anyhow, the real K-Day. You know, Greg Mack, Rory Kaufman. I'm from that era. You know what I'm saying? Michelle Roth. I'm gonna take you far that back. Steve Woods. Don't play with me today, boy. You know what I'm saying? I come from that era. J.J. Johnson. Shout out. Salute. You know, I'm from that era. You know, pre-Greg Mack. I'm gonna tell you how far I go back. I've been around the yard for a long time. I remember when they used to play, what's that record? Oh, Space Funk by Manziel. I was about 2 years old at the time, but I used to trip off that record because it was just so funky, you know, but it was like lost in space, or I think that was the whole goal. But yeah, I remember hearing Space Funk when it first dropped. So I was a kid. So by the time, you know, Ultimate Beats and Breaks came out, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that song. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyhow, I go back to that K-Day. And anyhow, I used to send tapes to them, mixtapes. I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I was doing something, and I was in middle school at the time. So I mailed them tapes, and some said, stop doing that. Even though they had a talented roster, there's somebody over there that's listening to those tapes and they're going to steal your ideas. So I made it a point to stop sending tapes. I got a story about that. And just auditioning, because people typically steal ideas, or less talented people typically steal ideas. So I stopped doing that right away. I wish I'd have kept those tapes though. Anyhow, because I would send them, I would never do dubs. Anybody that know what dubs is, basically it's a duplicate of another tape. I would actually give them an original, because it was like all the ideas were up here, so I could do it all day. But anyhow, I would send them tapes. I would, reach out to different record companies in terms of just getting my name out there. I became a pest. They got to know me after a while, because I was trying to get vinyl, like particular pressings, and once I got a residency, I was able to, kind of have some more elbow room. And not only that, kind of find out I knew everybody that worked over there and didn't realize it until I got there. Because we all grew up together. We all played football, basketball together. We went to the same, middle school, and that actually did happen to me. With my Interscope story. I'll share that another time. But anyhow, my whole thing is basically, pay your dues. You're gonna run into roadblocks. One, if you're good, they're gonna hate on you. I'm gonna let you know off top. I'm saying, if you're good, if you're damn good, like me, I got no problems telling you I'm damn good and can prove it and have proven it. So that's that. So nobody's ever challenged me. I've heard cats talk, crap on some woo, but they never got on the yard with me. They could talk all day, but there was a time I embarrassed them dudes, and I get it. You salty. You can't get with me. I understand. You jealous. You want to beat me. Okay. Fair enough. A lot of times you'll do a lot of things that you don't get credit for. You're not appreciated. Now, what's funny is when you go outside of your city or outside of your country or dealing with people outside of your quote unquote backyard, that's where you get the accolades and appreciation. I will tell you that, and I'm speaking from personal experience. You'll have somebody that just seen you for the first time, and just show love, like just off top, and a friendship and a bond is created right there, and those are the moments that I miss, but I don't miss the foolishness of the business. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me personally, like I said, I'm pretty damn good. There's no dispute about that. But at the same token, I always felt once it stopped being fun, I'd pull away. I made that promise to myself from the beginning, because now it's like, the game is bland right now. It's just like, who this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm looking at everybody now. Like, any name that I see, I'm like, yo, who this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never seen him on the yard. I ain't never, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, I'm at a level. It's like, I guess I'm at what they call the big homie level now. You know what I'm saying? So if I get on it, when they do call me, I will say this, it's more of a teaching moment, and it's to restore order. And I know why they call me. It's getting boring. So I had one guy hit me up one time at a very famous party. I knew, and that's the homie. You know what I'm saying? This was like years ago, but this was a hot party. So, the homie hit me up. He's like, come through. So I finished my set, and he came up to me. He's like, "Dude, we needed that. We needed that." Which told me they needed that rejuvenation. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, "Wow," So that was an honor because they were already, as residents, they were already like top dudes like that could hold their own. So for me coming in and restoring order or recalibrating the room, so to speak, having that confirmation was like, okay, wow, salute. Real recognize real. Fake dudes are going to be on the corner, you know what I'm saying? So, and unfortunately, there's